Oh, T got her glasses on today.
Because I couldn't see you guys earlier when I was talking to you, but I'm like, let me put them on and see if.
Oh, really?
But no, I'd rather take them off.
Those are cute.
Thank you. Aren't they cute? I got it. Oh, you should see my other pair that I got. Really fancy. I'll wear them next time we're out. Y'all, look at here. Chris and Shahidah. What up?
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
ladies.
What you need to sing that? Well, you just singing that song before we got on. What a difference a day makes. That's how you should have introed in.
I like my pop solo. My pop solo.
That's how you should have introed in.
I will be like, what? I think I'm gonna have to just make this the new theme song for Married at First Sight recaps because motherfucker, every week it's been what a difference a week makes. And
I mean, it's crazy.
So who we gotta start out with? I mean, might as well start off with Rachel and Jose.
Well, first of all, how you guys doing?
Oh well, I'm
hanging in there.
Fall has arrived in the great state. Fall has arrived in the great state of Massachusetts, so I'm taking advantage of deck life while I can before old man winter comes and snaps my nipples off. But whatever.
Okay.
It started to get cool here, and now it's 85. I was like, God, geez,
that's
can't even predict the weather.
Yeah, but isn't it in LA? Isn't it like this month? Like I think my cousin was telling me like September, October. It's like really that like June is like your June gloom, they call it out there, because it's kind of like overcast and kind of chilly.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but it's like
it's 90 degrees right now.
Wow.
And it gets to 60 at night.
Oh damn.
Well, it was 40 at night, so
yeah, we woke up to 48 degree weather this morning. So
you woke up to 48 degree. I woke up to 44 and it got to 46 and 48 at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I woke up to 48. Yeah.
Okay, here's it. Today's supposed to be 91. This whole weekend 88, 90, and then Monday, and then on Friday of next week, 66 of a high.
Come on.
There's something wrong with the planet if on Wednesday it's 73, Thursday it's 69, and Friday it's 66, and today it's 91, Saturday it's 88, and Sunday it's 90.
Hello, global warming. We're all gonna
That's a great weekend for my friend Tracy visiting this weekend. She'll be happy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, Tracy, have fun at the polo match. Meow. I wish I was there. So jelly. So, all right.
Yeah,
look at here. Married at First Sight. Look here. It is taking me through the emotional roller coaster of emotions. And this episode did not friggin' disappoint. So who did we say we was going to start off with? Go ahead, Shahidah.
Jose and
First of all, Jose is full of shit.
Yes,
he is a large sack of. First of all,
preach.
Let me catch my breath.
Get it together.
First of all, I have to, as you said, Shahidah, before, I have to applaud Rachel for her sticking up for what she needs and what she wants and sticking to her guns and not folding over, even though she eventually falls over.
She did.
I have to give it to her at least for fighting for the first part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And getting the fucking apology. Motherfucker, just say I fucked up. All right. He can't do it.
He can't.
He can't do it. He's so pent up, and he's full of shit. He's full of fucking shit.
You're absolutely right that he's full of shit, because I peeped his body language and he's talking to her and he's all shifty-eyed. He's not making eye contact with her at all. He just was not genuine when I mean, how many times does she have to say, I just wanted an apology? Like, you locked me out. I am your wife. And let's go back to the video of last week when he locked her ass out. He was so petty about it. Bless you. He was so petty about it by just literally going up to the door. He knew what he was doing. So that force of habit bullshit. Bless you. He was like, oh, it's a force of habit. I was out the door. Motherfucker, you knew your wife was out the house.
Yeah. He's just such full of shit.
So
yeah, and even after everyone calls him out, even after everyone called him out, even after everybody, she's calling everyone, he still can't give it. He still can't. Oh, go ahead, Shahida. Sorry.
So my thing with the whole locking her out thing, and he was just like, I do this every night, but your wife is sleeping next to you for the last month. And so part of you can just sleep easy and not hear her banging on the door, because when not everybody's in this house, I don't sleep that sound until I hear the door close 2 more times. So you mean to tell me you locked her out, you put that deadbolt on? Okay, I'll give you that. You forgot. But you should have at least heard her when she knocked on the door. So you're a liar. 2, when he's making the apology and he's telling her, you keep harping on that. You keep bringing that up. He was so aggressive. And then he gave that very lame, lackluster apology to her. And then when she smiled, it broke my heart, because he did not give you the apology that you wanted. He said some words.
Or deserved.
And he aggressively still said those words. It wasn't with kindness behind it. It was like, I'm going to give you this because this is what it takes for us to move on. But I'm still pissed at you, because he's still angry at her for whatever it is, whether it was that name calling or whatever. He's still mad at her. So when she gave in, it really bothered me. But he is, I think you can just sum it up just like you said. He is a piece of shit.
He gave her that apology. I'm sorry, go ahead, Chris.
He wrote all those damn notes that I'm not going to do this again. You know goddamn well he's going to do every one of those motherfucking things again, because he did. If he had come up to her and before those notes and said, "Look, I was mad at you. I'm sorry. I should have never talked to you that way. I should have never disregarded you that way. I apologize for locking you out. I apologize. You're my wife. I love you." Since they're saying I love you to each other, I love you. I will do better. I am sorry. I'm falling on my sword. Please forgive me. That's all he had to say. He can't say that. I made these notes. I promise I'm not going to do this again. He don't fucking believe any of that shit. Any of it. He's not going to do any of that shit just to appease her, and she's going to be like, okay.
So because that's why TV.
And that's why he apologized to her, because he kept saying, how many times are you going to bring this up? Finally, he apologized to her, not because to lay down his sword or whatever. He apologized to her to shut her the fuck up. He didn't want to hear that shit no more. He was just like, I'm dead. He don't give a shit. And then the cards, those index cards where he was, got all artistic or whatever, he's writing all the shit. I'm saying to myself, dude, first of all, that's juvenile. We are all of a certain age at this point. We're all adults. Just say, I'm sorry. Like in our teens and 20s, we fucked up, did some shit. We weren't trying to apologize. Now it's just like, look, I own it. I fucked up. I'm sorry. You're either going to forgive me or you're not, but I fucked up and I'll try not to do that again. Like you said, Chris, that's all he had to do was lay on his sword. You're my wife. I should have never locked that deadbolt. Number 1, I should have checked for you and made sure you were safe. Number 2, because he had no clue where she was at. So he should have been like, I should have checked on you because you're my wife. And that is my job as your husband to make sure that you're safe.
Even if I'm mad at you, even if I'm pissed off at you and I don't want to fucking deal with you and you're being some bullshit, I still want to make sure that you're the fuck okay, because we're responsible for each other.
That's right.
Because we are married.
That's right.
Period. 100%. Even if I don't want to fucking deal with you, even if I want you to sleep I don't want to sleep next to you, whatever it is, you got to make sure your fucking wife is safe.
That's right.
Is safe and taken care of. Or just fucking like, man, I'd have fucking beaten his ass if I was Rachel's father or whatever, brother, whatever.
Not your wife. As a human being, as a man, you don't lock any woman out of your house. Period. Or vice versa.
Unless she's stalking you and threatens to kill herself in front of your house. That's when you can lock the door.
Honey, that's a whole.
I'm talking about what should be a healthy relationship.
No.
we know what you're talking about, and that's a whole nother podcast. Lord Jesus.
But on human decency, he shouldn't have done that. And even when the boys called him out the week before, and he's like, okay, yeah, I messed up. He couldn't even give that to her. He doesn't just do the boys. He needs to give that to her. He's full of shit. I don't like him at all now. I don't like him at
Oh
all.
no, I don't
like
like him at all either. And
And
he's been coming down anyway.
And one thing I noticed that he may not be gay. You know why?
Why?
His fucking nails were fucking disgusting. His nails were not cut. He handed the card. I was like, oh, look at dude's nails. I'm like, oh, he ain't gay.
Wait a minute.
Because a gay man would have his nails at least cut to where it looks good, or long and shaped. They were. I was like, oh, he's not gay because that motherfucker, his nails are. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at that because I'm the opposite. I got confirmation that he was gay when they were at their little ball game and they were throwing the ball back and forth, and he's like, and he's like, every time he threw the ball, his wrist was snapping, and I was like, go on, girl. Every time he threw that ball, I was like, yes, queen. He was like, ew, and a ew, and a ew. But enough about that. All I'm going to end it on before we get to what we think they're going to make it or not. Did y'all see that Fred Flintstone Brontosaurus rib on Rachel's plate? Y'all got to go back. When I tell you that was like a whole half of a cow.
Yeah.
She had that big Brontosaurus rib, and I was like, when he lifted up the lid, I was like, good Lord Jesus Christ, what the hell is that, baby black Jesus? But that shit was good though.
I just want to make one more point before we move on from them. When you said that, he disregarded everything that she said in the notes or whatever, that has been going on consistently every single week. Always, but before, when he did it, he disregarded her with a smile and with friendliness, like this, I'm doing this in your best interest, but
passive aggressive.
Exactly. So he has been that way the entire time. This time, last week and this week, he let his aggression take over more so than anything. And that's why I was so upset with Rachel. And it broke my heart that she accepted it so easily. Even I couldn't believe they're going to be back in the same bedroom, because the way he flipped that switch, that's dangerous. To go from 1 to 100 the way he did so quickly and so meanly, so just so ugly the way he did it. I was very surprised that she would just go back, but he has been disregarding her, disrespecting her quietly on the low all these weeks, and now he doesn't have to. And she let him get away with this, so let's see how he acts going forward, because I think he's going to feel like, she let me come back, I'm going to continue. He's going to be more aggressive.
Agreed.
So last week, okay, go ahead. You got another comment?
No, I got nothing. I got no other thought. I wanted to what was the stats from last week?
We gave them all 10s.
Huh. Well,
that was because of the argument. So we gave them all 10s last week.
So I'm going to have to bump up. I'm going to have to bump it up from a 10. I'm going to have to do 10. I'm going to give them a 50%. I'm going up. I'm going to give them half.
I staying together?
Because if she forgave him,
okay.
That was some detrimental shit that she went through. So I'm like, what possibly else can he do that's going to make her be like, I'm out? So I'm going to give them a 50%, because he's going to really have to show his whole natural ass again. And I don't think he's going to. He might show it just a tinge where they have like a little minor disagreements, but not on this level. But I could be wrong, because like I said, what a difference a week makes. I think I'm just going to shut up and give him a 50%. She forgave him with that bullshit ass apology. She forgave him and showed all her teeth and was like, oh, now we're back on track and I love him again. And I was like, okay, bitch, now it's going to take him to fucking slap you across the face for you to be gone. So she ain't going nowhere unless he ends it.
She won't go If he slaps across the face, she ain't gonna go.
Nope.
She'll be like, "Don't slap me across the face. That's disrespectful.
You will
and
not treat me like that.
Right. I can't believe you did that. Don't do that again. Jose. I'm fine. I'm just gonna let you tap my face until you're tired. First of all, I think he is all about the show and all about appearances.
Yep.
Period.
I agree.
To her, to the producers, to the show, to the fans, he's all about being that nice guy. Even when he gave, which we'll get to, Johnny the advice of, okay, so I was like, shut the fuck up, Jose. Shut up, Jose. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I give them, I for the show, will they make it or not for another month? I think they both will say yes. I would think they both will say yes, but in reality, that shit ain't gonna last.
No,
that's not gonna be. And I think so. So if I just do on what I think if they're gonna say yes or no, I will have to say 70% that they will say yes. For both of them, she wants it so badly.
Yeah.
She wants to be married so badly that she will go through getting smacked or whatever, emotionally, not even physically yet, but whatever it is, compromising. That's all she does is compromise for him. He don't compromise on shit. She wants it so badly. And he's just like, I'm about appearances. I can mold her into what I want, kind of want to, hopefully what she'll do, and I can do what the fuck I want, and I'm going to do what the fuck I want anyway. So for the show aspect, I think they're both going to say yes.
Yeah,
so I think it's going to be 70, but it's all for show.
All for show. I agree. I don't think.
But in reality,
once they say I want to stay with them, I think they will probably more than likely will not last a month. Once the cameras are gone, he's, appearances, the cameras are gone, nobody's watching them. He's going to really show his ugly side and she's going to be gone. But back to the slapping thing. Look, I think emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. Yeah, I mean, both are bad, but someone can hit you and it's like quick and you're like, okay, whatever. You had a reflex, whatever. You can kind of forgive that. I would never, but whatever. But emotional abuse is by far for me the worst. Because that when you're trying to like change a person and you're getting in a person's psyche, that's fucked up. And he's already done it. I don't like him.
Fucked up.
But I'm going to stick with my 50%. I agree with you, Chris, that they will probably, with the next month, they'll stick together. But that ain't long for this world. That shit won't last. That shit will be done just as quickly as Virginia and Eric.
Yeah. So me, I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope for her to come to a realization. So just based on this episode, and I know she disappointed me, it broke my heart or whatever, I'm going to go from the 10 to just 30%. I'm hoping that she will eventually be like, no, this is, stay firm to how she felt last week when she was busting up that TV, when she was just like, I don't love him anymore. And it made me think when I was listening to him, how it sounded from her end. You know what I mean? Because watching it and see, like you said, watching his body language, listening to the aggressiveness in his voice, maybe she couldn't see it as clearly as we could being on the outside looking in. I don't know. I mean, we've all fell for some real bullshit. And then you go back and you think about it, you'd be like, fuck. How did I let that go? Even though I feel like she clearly saw it and then tried to unsee it. She tried to unsee
Tried to ignore it. She tried to ignore it.
Yeah, and then like when she said, I just want the apology. You know what? Sometimes fuck people's apologies. When they do something so horrendous to you, fuck their apology. Just walk the fuck away. You know, I mean, you don't need closure for a month-long relationship. You don't need closure for that. You just need the fucking door. So I'm hoping I'm gonna give them 30 because I'm hoping that she's replaying this in her head, you know, because like sometimes like you think about how you accept things, but your subconscious won't let you, and you keep playing it in your fucking head, and you can't get it out when you rest and when you're sleeping and when you're just thinking. So I want her subconscious to come and get her. So I'm gonna give her a 30. I'm gonna give them a 30.
I respect that.
Okay, so you don't. Okay,
I respect that.
Okay.
All right, so who's next? Can we do Michaela and Zach?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, let's do them.
Listen to me.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused by that. I'm so fucking.
I'm not confused.
I only had one note. This is how I'm just with them. I only had one note on them.
What?
And it was the whole when they went salsa dancing with Merla and Gil. And I am looking at her now. I mean, I always thought that bitch, I know that bitch is crazy, but I am now looking at her the way Chris is looking at Merla. I can't stand that bitch. There is nothing that bitch can do or say to me at this point outside of turning into a nun and, you know, repenting her ways that is going to make me like her. That bullshit.
Nuns are not nice.
I know. Listen, we know it. Don't we know it? But what I'm saying.
Shout out to Gil for actually in the whole episode and all the episodes before.
You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead.
No. Wait, listen to what I'm saying. Shout out to Gil for saying the things that we want to say in the moment. He's like, so you wouldn't do so and so? But he's been doing that the whole time of stirring shit up. So that's what I'm saying. I want to give Gil a little shout out.
Give Gil his roses. Gil gets his roses. And Gil needs, listen, I'm at the point with, I'm going to get back to Michaela in a minute, but let me just say with Gil, let's get rid of, what's her name? That wears the muumuus and the big earrings and shit. Gil needs to be hired as a motherfucking expert because he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Now back to Michaela.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. Zach, if I was Zach, I would have been gone. Like we are not going to go salsa dancing on a double date, and you are not going to have me. And as a man and as a black man, you just going to sit, you do 2 shuffles, and then you sit down and you're like, I'm good with that stank ass face. I don't have to do that. I don't want to do that. Whatever the fuck she said. And then have the nerve to sit there and watch Zach dance with another man. And the fact that Zach did that shit was disturbing for me. I almost broke my TV because I almost threw a brick at the TV because I was like, yo, Zach, you need to just go. If that was my black ass, I would have walked. I would have been like, oh, so you're not going to do this? As Gil's trying to give her therapy. You're just not going to do that? If I was Zach, I would have walked out. I'd have been like, we're done here. We're done. I'm out.
What we've seen from her is she's a petulant child. Smashing things. No, I did it. She's a child. She has no emotional maturity whatsoever. She doesn't know how to deal with her emotions. She doesn't know how to deal with other people. She is a child.
Yep.
If you want to play, let's play. If you want to play, I'm not going to play.
Right.
I tried. I tried. She knows she's in the wrong in that situation, but she can't even bring herself to get over that and get through it, even if it was to dance. When Gil said, you ain't going to even dance it's the one thing if you dance a couple steps and you say, I'm out. You didn't even dance with him. I'm like, thank you for saying that.
Right.
because that's what I would have said the same thing. And Zach is like, he was like this. He was like, I'm not the only one I'm not crazy, am I? I'm not crazy, right? He was like, I understand. She's like, I understand what she says, but you could have tried a little harder. You could have tried. He's like, oh, I tried. I'm just not into it. No, I didn't want to do something. No,
listen to me.
she shouldn't have gone in the first place.
I couldn't even get into
her.
her. I couldn't even get into her when she redeemed herself with the month anniversary. I was just too through with her with that bullshit. He gave her the Tiffany bracelet and the hotel staycation, and then she gave him whatever the fuck she get. I was too done after the salsa thing. There ain't nothing that bitch can do for me at this point. I'm done with her. I hope he drops her ass.
With her is that she showed her absolute crazy when they were like, well, did you have a good time? Oh, I had a great time. It was, you didn't do anything. Oh no, but I was here. I just enjoyed it. It was great. Look at me. I had fun. Psycho. Absolute psycho. And again, like you said, petulant child. It was like, if you didn't want to go, or if you were mad at Zach because of what he said last week about not seeing a future, you prove him right every time. And Zach's an asshole, but you are a bigger one. Zach is immature, but you make him look better than you.
But I like the fact you said, I don't think Zach is necessarily an asshole for saying that, because I just really think he was saying his truth in that moment of like, I don't see a future if it's going to be like this.
Yeah, he has asshole moments. Like, there are other things that I'm not saying he was an asshole, but I'm saying I'm not feeling him 100% either now. Like, there's certain things like the whole not showing up for the movie night thing, very immature. But she makes whatever he does that we might like, oh, you should have did better. She makes him look better no matter what. She makes herself look so bad all the time. And Gil he's like, I see both your sides. I see exactly what he's saying, and I see what you're saying. Shouldn't there be some compromise? And when she comes back later and says, we had a really good talk, and afterwards, no, Michaela, you need to do better all the time. No one should have to have these hour-long conversations with you every time to show you that you have bad behavior. And I think Chris, you summed it up perfectly, which she's a petulant child. She's petty. She's nasty. She's extremely rude, because that was rude to everybody. You go out on a double date and you decide that you want to make everybody uncomfortable. Then
so
uncomfortable, the other couple uncomfortable. Everybody's uncomfortable, and you're just sitting there and you're okay in that filth.
But not just sitting there, but sitting there with a whole smirk on her face.
Like a crazy person.
I'm just here. And they're like, aren't you going to try? And she's like, no.
She's crazy.
All teeth. No, I'm good.
My God. I was
I would have been done. I would have looked at her if I was Zach. I wouldn't even looked at her or said anything to her. I would have just been like, so this is how it's going to be. I'm out. And I would have looked at the producers and been like, I'm out. I'm done. She is 4 years older than him and had the problem of dating a dude that was in his 20s. And is
she 4 years, or is she only 1 year now?
No, she's 4 years older than him. She's 30 and I think she's like 26. He's 26 and she's 30. She's 30 and he's 26, because that was an issue in the beginning of the show. I could be wrong, but I saw when the show first started.
I think she's 3 years older.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think she's 3 years older than him. I mean,
3, 4.
It doesn't
anyway,
matter.
Regardless of it,
she behaves like she's 12.
But regardless, she was always adamant with the experts that she didn't want somebody younger than her. She wanted someone her age or maybe a year or two older, and they gave her Zach. And I'm saying to myself, well, okay, then when she first said it, I was like, okay, you're mature,
30,
but now she's acting like the 26-year-old, and he's acting kind of like the adult person here in the room. I don't like either one of them.
30, he's 27.
I'm too busy flip-flopping with the two of them. I want them gone. I'm still with my thing that I think I said last week that they're not even going to make it to decision day.
You said
I'm
0.
still with that they're going to be a 0 and it's not going to go to decision day.
I don't think they're going to make it either. I mean, I think Zach is going to have another crying fit eventually, and I think he's just going to be like, I can't deal with her. He already can't deal with her. He sees the writing on the wall. He's trying.
It's either he's going to have another crying fit or he's going to do something, by not showing up or not calling or whatever the fuck. And she's going to legit have a complete physical meltdown and probably destroy everything in the fucking apartment. She's going to have a tantrum.
We are holding everything. I gave them a 30 last week. I'm going to stick with 30.
I'm still with the 0, and they're not even going to make it to decision day. I'm with that.
Well, we still haven't seen the preview of the giant
fight
hissy fit I hate that I'm anticipating.
I am too.
But I think he's going to say no.
Yeah,
definitely. He will definitely say no, and I think she will. She wants it, but I'll stick with my 30. I'll say 25
last week.
All right, then I'm go 25 this week. I don't think they're gonna make it.
They ain't gonna make it to the decision day. No, she's gonna show her the decision day. She's gonna be like, "We're done."
I think. Yeah, they're not gonna make it.
She is completely the opposite of everything that she said she was in the very first 2 episodes. The complete opposite.
Yep, a completely different person. When she showed up at the wedding and she was so, with his family and his friends and his siblings. And I was like, okay, this is going to work. Hi, gorgeous. When she said to him, hello, gorgeous, whatever. I was like, oh my God, I have to say, and I think I said this, that this was one of the best weddings out in the history of Married at First Sight, just because of their banter back and forth with each other. I thought it was great. And then it was like a light switch. Like he got tested positive for COVID and that light switch went off and she has been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs ever since.
Yeah. And think about how other women described her. They were like, Kayla is going to be the life of Michaela's going to be the life of the party. She's so fun. Everybody described her differently. We all saw her a different light. And yeah, she's just the absolute opposite. Everything she said, how she was she wanted a calming version of herself. She's crazy. She's absolutely crazy.
Multiple personality disorder right there. Some friends get really cute Michaela. Some friends get life of the party out there Michaela. Some people get quiet Michaela, loving Michaela. Look at here. That girl is gone. I'm done.
She's good at first impression. She's good, but because I honestly think that the relationship that she has with Zach, that spills into her girlfriends as well.
What does she do for a living?
Huh? She's a real estate agent.
Oh, is that what she does? Okay, I didn't know.
She's a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So she
I can see that. I can see that. That's a quick show or whatever, and then you can go and be who you want. And I can see her being able to sell a house, but she's not invested emotionally. I don't believe that any of her friendships, whether they be her girlfriends or guys, obviously last very long. Now, we had her sisters speak for her. Did she have girlfriends?
Nope, it was her sisters.
Even for the
I think wait, I could be lying. Maybe for the bachelorette, I think her sisters were there for the bachelorette party, and then she had like another girlfriend. I can't remember who
that would be kind of telling. It's great, you have your sisters and they have your back, but how many girlfriends can say, oh God, that's my rock, that's my girl? I don't know if she can have that type of relationship. because it's all about her. Me, 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 me. And as soon as she's not getting it, then she's that petulant child. And not too many women are going to deal with that for very long unless they're very weak-minded.
Right.
So yeah, I dislike her greatly.
Yeah, I don't like her. I am like
when
Chris
you make
was
Merla look good,
Merla.
you done fucked up.
When you make Merla look like goddamn Mother Teresa,
no, I ain't go that far. She made
because
her look
Merla.
good.
I mean, Merla showed some shit, but we gotta save them for last because we got a lot of shit to talk about them too. Enough about that. We gave our stats for Michaela and Zach, right? We're good. Let's go on to another couple that we're gonna be zip through real quick.
Brett and
Ryan. And before we get on them, let's pour a little something out, which I'm not going to because I value my drink, but I'm just gonna fake pour a little bit out for Baxter the Wonder Dog, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, poor Baxter.
Poor Baxter. I felt for her. But all I'm going to say, let me just look at my notes real quick. I will say this, couple of things. Ryan's scavenger hunt that he did for her was quite cute, but it would have been even better if you really liked her.
Yeah.
And you had some feelings for her.
They set all those things up for them though. They don't,
right.
They don't come up with that themselves.
Shit I've ever seen in my life. And you don't play with people's emotions like that. I'm sorry. You can't play with people's emotions like that. I thought it was cute, but I was like, why are you doing this? Obviously for the cameras and for the show. But you're doing this and you know good goddamn well you ain't into that girl. Number 2, R.I.P. to the Baxter the Wonder Dogs. The wedding video at the movie theater. Like, she could have stayed her ass at home, because I would have if my dog died or my cat died. I ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's my fur baby. I got to stay home. She showed up, and the fact that he had the balls, I think he did that not for her. I think he did that for himself, just to see if he was going to watch his wedding on a big screen cinema and feel some sort of, I love this girl. Like, look at the way she's looking at me. Look at our interactions. And the fact that he, quote unquote, said, I'm at the point where now I have lesser feelings. Dude, get the fuck out. Move on. Why is he still there? He needs to take himself out. End this shit. Because that shit ain't going to change. And I'm still with what I said last week. I think he's out there fucking and dating other women. And that's just about to come out. It'll come out. But he needs to leave Brett. He needs to leave Brett alone. And he needs to just move on with his life. Because he ain't fucking with her. They ain't getting to the decision day. Just like Michaela and Zach. He's going to be gone. I'm hopefully thinking he will be gone in like 2 weeks. He needs to just subtract himself out of that shit and let that girl move on. I'm done. I give him a 0, not making it to fucking decision day.
All right, Chris.
They're not going to make it. They're not going to make a decision day. I think she really wants it. I think if he liked her, they'd have a chance because she could probably work with it. He don't like her. You know, he keeps saying, even in public, when everybody says, well, how do you feel about your mate? He still's like, well, she's a nice person. He can't say anything about her that he loves or like. I mean, and I didn't feel like I wanted to see more of him, like caring for her
The dog died.
Baxter. Like, even after he's like, well, I know you don't really want to talk about this probably right now. I understand that. That's not enough, dude. That's not enough. That's your wife. Even if it's in this fake shit, it's still your wife. And you got to be like, look, I don't even, if they sat in the movie theater and he said, you know what? I just want to sit here with you and hold your hand or hug you or this, that, and the other. And we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We don't need to reminisce, even though it's the month anniversary. You know, he's not there for her. He's not there for her. And his eyes are so fucking dead all the time. He's like this. He doesn't connect to anything. He's just like this. And she's emotional. And she looked nerdy. When she had her glasses on, she was upset. I was like, oh, she's not that cute. I mean, she's like a little nerdy girl. I was like, okay, well. And she can kind of look nice, but she got to get her roots done. or do something with that hair. Do something with it. It's just I can't stop looking at the middle of her fucking head when it's as orange as Shahida's background, as orange as Shahida's background, and it's brown up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I honestly think when I was looking at her roots, I was like, she's got to get rid of the red. I mean, when she came out with the red for the wedding, I liked it. I liked that pop of red on her with her eyes. It made her eyes pop. But now that I'm seeing the roots grow out, I think she would be much more prettier if she just let the brown come in natural. Or I think I was looking at her face hard and I'm like, she would be cute as a blonde if she, like, what is it? What do they call that? Bleached her hair out blonde. I think she would be cute. And I think Ryan would fall in love with her because that is Ryan's type. Blonde hair. He wants that typical Texas woman. He's in the oil industry out there. I know how those guys are, and I've lived in Texas. Oh, God, people of Texas, please do not comment on me on YouTube anymore about my disrespect for Texas, because this is not a disrespect. I've lived in Texas for 7 years, and white women in Texas got big tits and blonde hair, and they're very petite. The rest of them are kind of fat and brown hair, and then you got us black women, and that's it. But he has a type, and his type is he wants that short, petite, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl that's going to go two-stepping and, wave Trump flags with him in the street. And it ain't Brett. And he knows that, and he needs to be a man and take himself out of it. His face, I thought he was going to throw up at the group dinner when they were all talking about each other, and it kept going. Brett's face was just like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Her face was just like, God damn, what am I doing? Like, what have I done that I can't say this shit? Like, I can't even talk about our relationship. Ryan's face looked like he was going to barf all over the table. Like, please don't come to me. Please don't come to us. Don't be like, hey, Ryan, what about you two? Because I thought he was going to vomit all over the table.
Yeah, he just doesn't like her.
Yeah, he likes
her. He likes her, but they can be friends. Like I said before, I think he likes her as a friend because he keeps saying that she's awesome. She's this, that, and the other. I think they could be friends, but not now that they're married and he's gonna freaking break her fucking heart. But if they had another lifetime, I think they would be really good buddies, really good friends. They're just not a couple. He is not in love with her. He ain't trying to be. It is just never going to happen. And if it does, I won't even trust that. They're not making it to decision day. Someone's going to have to step in, whether it be the experts or Gil, seeing that I labeled him an expert now. Gil's going to have to step in and have a one-to-one, heart-to-heart with his ass and be like, it's time for you to move on. If you ain't feeling her like that, don't lead her on, brother. Get to gone.
Okay.
Sorry. I know I said
feel like with Ryan, we all know that he's kind of like dead inside or whatever. I thought he could do so much better with the dog situation. I'm like, I'm not crazy into dogs or whatever, but he claims to be. He has a dog, and he knows how hurt she could have been. There was no touching at all. No holding the hand, no giving a hug. I was like, maybe they did that off camera, but I don't think so. It was like he was just very distant from her in her time of need. The fact that he even went to the gym when she had to go and put the dog down, why would you not go? Why would you not go with her? Like I said, I'm not into animals like that, but I would definitely go with you. Hold your hand during that time. Drive. Why would you even let her get behind the wheel of a car? To the gym? It wasn't even like you went to work, sir. You went to the gym. That was, recreational. Very disappointed. I don't think that she's his type in any way. Friendship, I don't think even if they had met here, they wouldn't be friends. She's a liberal. He, I believe, is a staunch conservative. and he likes
He's a
women.
good boy.
And he likes women a certain way, whether or not he's having sex with them or he's their friend. They have to be. And what he kind of said is he likes a woman to be petite. Brett is not petite. She's husky, she's muscular. He's not attracted to that at all. And I don't see him being friends with her regardless. And so I gave them a 30 last week. I'm going to go down to 20.
I'm sticking to the 0.
I'm just going to go down to 20. I think they'll make it to the couch, but they're going to have a lot of discussion about why it's been so bad. And it's just that, be honest with yourself, Ryan. If you are not attracted, you are not attracted. He said,
period.
I believe that he admitted that he was attracted on that wedding day. Because he's like, he was excited. I'm like, okay, you were, if you say you were, but when they were in that one-on-one and in that off room or whatever, he didn't seem that into her then either. But he says that he was attracted and he's just even less so now. Call it a day.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Let's just end this shit already. It's painful, and I just don't like having people's emotions being played with. She's vulnerable right now because she lost her dog. I get it. My dog that I lost was my baby, and I was inconsolable. I could not imagine having to deal with that and then deal with some dude that ain't into me, that I'm married to. No, thank you. He needs to go, and he needs to man up and grow a fucking sack and respectfully take himself out of this game. Sit her down. Don't wait for the experts or Gil to talk to you. Sit her ass down as a man and just say, this isn't working for me. I need to go.
Chris,
I don't think he has the sack. I don't think he has the sack to do that.
No, they're not going to make it.
What are you giving them?
Period.
Last week you gave.
I'll give them
25.
A what?
You gave them 25.
20.
So 20, and 0.
0, not even making it to the couch on decision day. Somebody's going to have to pull this plug. This is an intervention waiting to happen. If he continues on and nothing changes within the next...
They're just not right for each other. They're just not right for each other.
And somebody needs to pull the plug because she is all in. You could just tell when she looks at him. She is all in. Save this girl.
No, she's not all in. I think she's all into the process. She's not all into him.
Well, I think she's
all into the process. I think
she is into him.
I think she wants to be into him. She wants the process to work. She's like, there's a reason why I'm with him. There's a reason why they put us together. There's a reason why, but in reality, she's like, I don't.
Listen, I knew she was all into him when, what was it, last week or the week before, when she did all those index cards,
cue cards,
all the cue cards, and there was like a whole bowl full of cue cards that she wrote of what she likes about him. Look at here, I've been married, and I couldn't even, when I was married and in love, I couldn't even fill up half a small cup of cue cards of what I like about him the most or what I love about him the most. So she had that shit out there. She's all in. I need somebody to save her from herself because she is going to. When this doesn't work out, I feel bad for her. It's not going to end well for her. I just don't want her to be hurt. She's going to be hurt.
I think she's all in too. I think she really is attracted to him.
Yep.
For whatever reason, that she's really attracted to him, and because she wants it so bad, she's really looking for that, whatever it is that the experts saw in him for her. But she's attracted to him physically, and she's attracted to, which is very funny because like some of his lifestyle, I didn't think that she would just push aside. Maybe those things haven't come up yet, but like, the whole hunting and all that other stuff, she kind of like just like it doesn't even faze her. She's really, I feel like she's really into him.
I do too.
And I think, one of the reasons why I think she's really into him is because he's kind of standoffish. sometimes that can be attractive or make women
Oh,
want
yeah.
a man more.
Yeah.
The more he's not like falling over you, like I can do this, I can get him. I feel like that's with her.
It's the chase. It's like for both sexes. It's the chase. Like men don't want something that's that easy. I mean, Tupac said it. I don't want it if it's that easy.
No, well, it's not necessarily true. Sometimes it's nice to have it
Oh
easy.
God, Chris, see, here we go. That's a whole nother podcast that we got to reserve for the peeps. Come on. But I'm just saying. Lord Jesus. Baby like Jesus, let me tap my third eye. So we've got our stats in for Ryan and Brett.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna
let's
go
go.
with
Let's go
Merlin
to
Gill or Johnny.
No, we are saving the best for last.
Okay, Johnny and Bow.
Going to Johnny and Bow Bow.
We're doing that, and then we're leaving Gil and them for last.
For last, yeah.
Saving the best for last, Chris.
Johnny and Bow's the best, I think.
Oh, really? All right. Well, then let's go to Merlin and Gil.
Well, Merlin and Gil is just all right. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever you.
No,
want.
you know what? Let's go to Merlin and Gil because there's some issues with Johnny and Bow that we got to talk about. So Merlin and Gil. Let me look at my notes. Number one, Merlin needs to fire whoever the fuck that bitch or dude that does her eyelashes. They need to be fired. Period. End of story. Merlin needs to stop. I'm glad that Gil. I mean, obviously, Gil, the new Married at First Sight expert. I'm going to just hashtag that and put it out there because they need to offer him a job because he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
At least he brings up the issues.
Yes.
At least he stirs. So you guys having sex? So you remember he's always up in. So how are you guys doing? You know, I like that.
But I loved him for calling her out and calling her like acting like a child. I respected him for that. But I have to say, they've kind of turned a corner and I'm really liking them. Like my numbers, I don't know what I said for them last week, but I'm sure it's up. It's going to skyrocket after this week. I like their little, at the beginning, I wasn't fond of the little bantering. I thought she was she is still petty and just weird, and shallow. But I'm starting to like their little bantering back and forth with each other. It's like they kind of get it. And when he's talking, like when they were at the table, number one, when they were at the salsa dancing and then they were at the group dinner table and he's putting it out there, you can tell by her face and her body language that she's looking at him as he's saying all this, and she's like, wow, like I kind of got lucky with this dude. Like she's softening, I guess, Chris. I know, but I'm just saying she's kind of softening, and I think she's falling in love with him. And I really think that if nothing major happens, I really think, Chris, I think they're going to make it. And they are my favorite couple right now on this whole series.
I will say it, and I've been saying it from the very, very beginning. Gil's the only motherfucker that could deal with that bitch. Period. He is the only person that has the patience to deal with her. And he is fine with her petulant attitude, this, that, and the other, because they quote unquote have the same goals. He can deal with all of both. Yes, he's breaking her down, or at least waiting for her to fucking thaw, but he is the only person that could deal with her. That's why he's matched up with her, because you need someone with an inordinate amount of patience, understanding, and willing to look past all of her bullshit to be married. She's like, I've tested this motherfucker as much as I can and not give him any of this and the other, and he's still there. He's still there like, oh yeah, it's fine. Oh yeah, we're making progress. I got a kiss. He's the only person in the world that could deal with her, period. And she recognizes that. She understands, oh my, he's really into this. I can be my fucking asshole-ish self and he's still gonna be here. Wow. I've never had a man do that before.
No.
I've never had a man not deal with my shit before and stay there if I'm not fucking him. She won't even kiss him, and he's still there.
But he's telling her.
Said it from the beginning.
He's being brutally honest with her though, because he did say, I think it was at the group dinner where he said, Gil 10 years ago, if they would have matched her up with me, I would have been gone. Like, I wouldn't have put up with this. So he's admitting that he's mature, obviously, because he's an older man, and he's seeing there's a reason why they matched us. So even though she has been completely difficult and completely just insane with the no kissing, no nothing, no nada, he's still there, and I appreciate that. And I think she's softening to that and respecting that. And I think she
has to
break down. Yeah, I think they're going to be good. I think they're good. I think they're going to be good.
He's the only motherfucker in the world that would deal with that bitch like that. Because we're married and this, that, and the other. He's the only person that could. And she's like, wow, he's really letting me. He's not giving me shit about. I mean, he gives me shit about it, but he's still here. And she's dropped a little bit of her cockiness.
Yes.
A little bit of her cockiness, like, oh, you'll stay. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna stay if you don't kiss me. She's like, oh, maybe I should kiss him now. Because he has been good and this, that, and that. But the other day, when later in the episode, he greets her and she fucking turns her cheek. Did you see that? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
And he had the look on his face like, yeah, she
Wait,
when? Again.
I don't think I caught that.
And when they meet up, I don't know if it's before salsa, he has a hoodie on or something like that, or a white thing on, and she comes up to him and she turns like this and hugs him like that. I'm like, she still ain't giving. But he's the only person in the world that could deal with her, because you have to have the patience of Job. Even though I have no idea why Job has patience, because I don't know the Bible, but I keep hearing that Job has some fucking patience.
Right.
But the patience of Job to stay with her and deal with her. Go ahead, Shahidah.
Last week, Tanya, you gave them an 85. Chris and I were on the lower side. Chris said 50. Oh, well, I wasn't too low. I said 75. So you were pretty high last week. So you saw the turn. I did too with the 75, but I had been seeing it before. And I think what really turned it for Merla is when they were with Dr. Viviana. And again, after being with Pastor Cal, he was like, if I don't have certain things met, I will divorce you. And I don't think that she really believed it, but I think after getting to know him a little bit more, he says what he means.
Exactly.
Right.
He says what he means.
Exactly.
And he doesn't let her. She gets away with a lot of shit, but then he comes with.
He calls her on it.
He calls her on it.
He reels her in. Yep, and he reels her ass back in.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. And then she kind of like, let me curb some of my behavior. Let me take it down a little bit. So I feel like going forward in the next few weeks, I think we'll see a lot more changes in her, and I think she's starting to be a lot more affectionate.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because she respects him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
does.
She's respecting him a lot more.
A lot more. And she should. I mean, he wasn't my favorite.
Oh God.
Because I just don't like to see people taken advantage of happily. But he's smart. He's a smart person. He's logical. He's a realist. You know, he has a lot of basic common sense, which you don't see often on these shows.
No.
So I've been impressed, but I actually smiled a lot during when they were on camera. They looked very sweet together.
Yes, and they looked together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they looked together. Like they were meshing well with each other, and I like it so much so that I'm going up. I'm giving them to a 95 after this week. 95. And they're going to make it. And I think they're going to make it. So much so that they're going to make it, and they're going to be the new couple on Couples Cam. I said it.
I will go as high as 90. I think they're going to make it too.
Yep.
If all because of him.
Yep.
Definitely being, patient. But I also think that it's clicking in her head that's
the only motherfucker that what they would do with her.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Chris. That is all.
I think it's
listen,
more
she ain't gonna find nobody better than him.
I think it's more than that. I think she's like, I think the biggest thing is what you just said, Chris, her respecting him. And I think she finds him attractive because he speaks his mind.
Did I not say in the beginning? Did I not say in the beginning when we started this that if she wouldn't do half the shit that she was doing or saying or acting if he had come in right off the rip and was like, bitch, you my woman, I'm the man. Like, you ain't like that. If he checked her right off the rip and was like, you will not talk to me this way, you will not act like this towards me. No,
I do not agree with that one whatsoever, because if he had done that, she'd have gone all the way to the other side. All the way to the other side. She's like, no one's gonna tell me what to do. And she'd have been like this. Nope, I'm not even fucking. I'm gonna wait till my 8 weeks is up, and that's gonna be done. Because no one's gonna talk to me like that.
I agree with you. You're right on that one. I take that back.
He peppered her. Yep. He was like, really? You're gonna do that? You're bougie. Okay.
I agree with you on that.
Really gonna do that? Okay, all right. Yep. You got to give it to Gil. If he really wants her, the way he seems, he's playing it perfectly to melt her down. Oh, she's just being this way. Oh, you bougie. I'm not bougie. Yeah, you are. Oh, melting her down. And now the difference between her is she wasn't attracted to him when she saw him. She wasn't attracted to him, his dog, any of that shit. Anything about him. He doesn't make enough money. He just does that. All the things on her checklist. Nope. But she's going, oh, he's really staying in this from. Okay, well,
really walking that dog.
Right. I'm more attracted to him. I'm more attracted to him now because he's being nice to me regardless of my attitude. Oh wow. And he's stepping up to, oh wow. You know what? I've never had a man do. He's slowly melting that bitch from the ice princess to just tepid water. But he likes her. He likes her. He likes that.
Oh yeah, he does.
I don't understand it, but as long as he likes her, if that's what he wants, he's doing exactly what he needed to do to get her where she needs to get. He's like, I'm not going. If you don't fuck me, I'm not even going to kiss her. You don't kiss me, I'm out. And she's like, okay, let me kiss him. Okay, I got a kiss. All right. I don't think he'll go as far as like having sex and this and the other or intimacy, but she's warming up to that boy because he has played if he wants her, he's played the perfect game.
Yeah,
the perfect game. How to deal with her? How to deal with her?
Yep.
How to deal with her? Right.
And I think she'll act right. Like once it's all in, then they're gonna be good. 95. I think they're gonna make it.
I think the biggest thing with Merla watching her with him, I think it really does come down to the respect. Because maybe she's had men before where she's behaved the way she goes, and they're just like, you know what, fuck you and go. And then you have the ones too that it probably stayed and then tried to do and accommodate everything. So she didn't have respect for either of those. Where Gil comes in, and honestly, he is almost like the perfect man because he's not.
Who said that? Who said that from the beginning?
Yes, we give it to you.
The
Chris.
only motherfucker that could deal with him, and she.
No, I'm not talking about just for her. I'm just saying in general because he's
the perfect man.
No, listen to what I'm saying. In general, because I'm saying, he stays firm in his belief in his value system, and that which makes it very attractive to any woman. He's fun. Like one of the things she said is like, oh, he makes me laugh. And you can see she's genuinely happy when he's talking to her, when he's engaged with her. That's what any woman would want. We want you to be that man, and he is. he has come off to me that way anyway, like very strong, very dependable. But then he's like giving you that joke. He's putting that smile on your face. And I know when they eventually start getting more intimate, she's gonna be gone. She's gonna be gone.
Yeah. Sprung.
Two things. I totally agree with that, as well as why he's perfect for her is she doesn't have to be nice in public. She can be the bitch that she is because Gil overcompensates with being Mr. Nice Guy and
But
taking
she's
care.
breaking that down, though. You don't know this.
But what I'm saying is, if she had someone that they were in a couple, this and the other, and they were both kind of stank or whatever, stank together. She can be as stank as she wants to be because he's going to overcompensate for her. Oh, that's just my wife. She's in a bad mood. But hey, how are you guys doing? That's his MO. So she feels comfortable, I think, like, oh, well, my husband will entertain them. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. He can do that. That also coupled with the fact that, I got the second one and I was fucking trying to say it and I had the second point.
But she was quiet though. When he was talking, like the 2 times they were out this episode, she basically played her position and stood next to him. And as he was flapping his gums, trying to be the therapist and the expert, she was just holding his arm or holding his hand and was just like nodding her head like,
She doesn't have to be nice. She doesn't have to be nice. She can be her own little stank self and keep to herself. And her husband can do all that kind of stuff. But there was one other thing, Shahida, you said. There was one other thing. It was the respect factor. I don't know. I'll come up later. But, it was I had like 3. Shit.
But
okay, never mind.
Her being stink, I feel like he actually brings out the better in her, because I feel like the stinkness is, especially around other people. I think she's brought it down, and I think the more he is with him, the better she will behave. I know that sounds horrible. She's a grown woman, but I feel like that because she's in a happier place. There's a difference, I think because he makes her happy and she's in a happier place, that her view on things will kind of change a little. Happiness and good dick can do that for you.
Well, we don't know about that.
Yeah, once she gives it to him, it's done. You're right. Once she gives it to him, once they decide on whatever day in a month when they decide to be together, and then she's gonna fuck him, then they're gonna be just like Byron, whatever last year, Woody's best friend and that other stank girl, the black girl, Karen. Just like them. Because Miles she did not like him at all.
Oh yes, Miles and Karen. Yes,
just like Miles and Karen. Miles must had put it down at one point when she let him, or broke her down, and now they're happy as clams. It's gonna be the same thing with Marla and Gil. The same thing.
So what are you giving them then? What are you giving them?
I give them an 85.
85?
85.
Yeah,
so
because they've both declared. They've both declared that they're in. With her, the only thing that I'm worried about with her is that she's still giving herself a little safety valve. You can still feel like even though she's much warmer and much more, she's still holding back for some reason until the end. She's really holding back, and that's the only factor that I'm like, are you going to really hold back all the way, or how much more is she going to be? But anyway, let's go.
I think she just kind of grows every week. You see growth from the very beginning to now. Like I said, if somebody on that show can make her look good, then you definitely see some growth.
Amen to Gil. I'll drink to that on Gil. Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right, so we've got our neighbors up.
Johnny and Bow.
Ooh, Lord, Bow.
Trouble in Bowville.
What
happened? They brought out the receipts on Miss Bow.
Wait, what?
Did you watch it?
I did. But I'm still confused about what happened with Johnny. They had a great day. They went skydiving.
All right, here's my thing with Johnny. Johnny likes to be pursued. That's the way I look at it. Johnny is not aggressive, and he's not in what do you call it there? The one that initiates. He's not going to initiate shit. Johnny wants to be pursued, and he wants his woman to be like, "Ooh, hey baby, come over here and touch him and feel him and be aggressive." And that's what I took on it. Because every time I don't even know what, like, she's like, I'm always initiating, but he doesn't initiate anything. But it's like the way she initiates isn't good enough for him. Like when they were cuddling in bed, remember? And she spooned him, and then she just threw her arm over him. And he even critiqued that. Motherfucker, she's spooning you. Like, be happy with that she threw her arm over you. And he's like, well, you might want to take your hand and, like, you know, grab on something like my chest or my legs or my ass or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, really, dude? I'm cuddling with you. Don't be so, you know,
he's
crazy.
starting to be very high maintenance.
He's starting to look like he shouldn't be married, period.
He's very high maintenance. Everything is about him. A little selfishness, a lot of selfishness, actually.
Yeah.
And like I said, I did not understand how it went from this great day to them sitting down to having lunch. And maybe you're talking too much about the relationship. I don't know, because it just went left right there at the table.
Well, that was because Bao lied. I mean, it was, and they Lifetime pulled out the
not that.
receipts.
I'm talking about right after skydiving when they sat down for lunch together. It started to go left there.
Because she got giddy. Remember? They were having a great conversation. And the conversation was going great. And she got serious with him at first, talking about, you know, the communication and whatever that was going on with them. And then she's like, well, I'll try to do better. And then she got all giddy, and she was like, he was feeling her at first when she was talking to him, when they were eating their barbecue. Then she was like, I'll try to be more a little touchy feely. She was
asking him, touch me more. That's what she did. She said, touch me more.
Touch me more. But the way she did it,
his whole facial expression changed. But it was a legitimate ask.
I agree. And first of all, when they pulled up the old clip of when he was like, she does this whole giddy thing where she like starts talking like a child and acting like a child, and that just is a turnoff. Apparently it really is a turnoff to him, because he literally flipped the light switch when she started talking like that. But at the end of the day, like Pastor Cal said,
the light switch when there's criticism on him. He doesn't take it very well.
No. But like Pastor Cal said to her, you're fine the way that you are. She shouldn't have to change.
I don't think.
And I think that he keeps, you know, bringing stuff up, and it's confusing her, because she's feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to have to change who I am in order for him to be with me. But she fucked up. But she has to own that, and I'm assuming we'll see that next week. She fucked up with the dinner when she was talking about, I do meal preps, I bake, I do all this, and he was like, I'm sorry, what, bitch? That in my Maury Povich voice was determined to be a lie.
Yeah. Go quick. I gotta take this call real quick.
Go ahead.
I think that Johnny is very frustrated. If you looked at his, I think Bao is in her head so much, and so I think Bao is in her head so much, and trying to do not the right thing, but looking at it as an Excel spreadsheet.
Yes.
And saying, well, this and this, and I need this and this, and I need this and this, and I need this and this, and I think Johnny's just he's not attracted to that. He said it before, that whole little girl thing of like, oh, Kiki, then touch me more. I was like, oh, he's not gonna like that at all. She's like, this and this. I was like, wow, don't do that to yourself.
Agreed.
Even though that's her natural reaction. I think also she's a little, when I say this, retarded in terms of slow, not like, retarded, but retarded in terms of slow, in terms of her female sexuality involvement with another man. You know, I don't think she's ever had to be with someone who is, Johnny was a player and has dated a lot and kind of knows what he likes and knows what he doesn't like. And she's just been probably pursued all the time by these guys. She's pretty, she's together, she's this and the other, and been engaged 3 times. So there's three motherfuckers that have been like, oh, let's get married. Oh, let's get married. She's like, no, because they've all pursued her. And now that she has someone who's used to being pursued, and she's just like, why aren't you pursuing me? Like, why aren't you pursuing me? Like, I'm perfect. I'm wonderful. Why aren't you pursuing me? Even though they both think that they're right for, you know, in terms of who they are, they're right for each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's naturally the chemistry is, well, they can work on it. But her natural inclination, she has not learned to embrace her sexuality, especially with him. You know, because she's so closed off. Remember, she's not affectionate. Remember, she was not affectionate. She remember her roommates were like, she's not really affectionate. And even though she's trying to be, I think he's trying to get that spark, or getting that, he's trying to get her to be something she's not. And either he's got to accept her as she is or not. He's not going to get sexy bow out of her. He's going to get a good wife. He's going to get a good partner. He's going to get a good mother to his children, probably. But he ain't going to get sex kitten bow. He's not going to get that.
But here's the thing.
Right.
When they first had sex, he was all happy. He was like, it was explosive.
Because he had sex.
Yeah, they had sex. And apparently it was really good sex. But I saw Bao after that. Like, she was willing to work with him and be like, you know, it was great. And like, she was sitting on it, like laying on his lap or sitting on it, straddling him on the bed, whatever. I think she was willing to be more open sexually with him when they did that little date in the apartment and she lost. And I guess the bet was, they had that bet, and the bet was, if you lose, like, if Bao loses,
right,
we get to do whatever I want in the bed. And she didn't balk on that. She was like, okay. So,
and I don't think he did much of anything. I think it was straight vanilla, and she said that.
Yeah, but I mean, again, she lost. So he had his moment where he could have gone all fucking hentai on her ass. He likes porn, hentai porn. He could have went all in on her, and she was okay with it. But
yeah, but that's her receiving it. That's not her initiating something with him, trying to be like, hey, why don't we just? That's not her MO. She's used to being, you know, approached and being like, you know, and guys not. Johnny's been around. Johnny's been playing. Johnny's been a player, this, that, and the other. And he's used to at least, you know, some kind of, and he said he likes being pursued. She's not a pursuer. And she's used to being pursued. So there's two people that want to be pursued, and neither of one of them are gonna pursue each other.
No, she's trying though. You don't think that she's trying to?
I think she's trying, and he's
trying. She's trying to be more affectionate. She's touching him more. She's doing all the damn spooning. He's not spooning her. So, I mean,
he's just not doing it the way that he wants her to do it.
Right.
Like,
right.
I think in my disgusting little head, I'm thinking that Johnny, and I could be way off, but in my nasty ass head, I'm thinking like Johnny wants her ass to come home, see him, hey baby, rub his neck or give, you know, like talk really mature to him, and then like basically suck his dick and take control. Far. I don't know.
I think he just doesn't want her to act like a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, but she doesn't really act like a 15. But she doesn't act like a 15-year-old girl.
Give me some more. I'm talking about
sexuality. Done that.
I'm talking about sexuality.
That was a moment in public. That was a moment in public at a.
But it has been consistent throughout this whole thing of how they showed examples of it when she was like 3 weeks ago when he's like, yeah, she's just so happy like a kid, and then they re-showed it again on this episode,
giggling at that point. I mean, again,
like
I
a
said,
15-year-old child. Her sexuality is not
a 15-year-old child.
To him, she is. He's been saying that over and over again to him. She's like, she doesn't have a mature sexual vibe. She has like a friend to him. I don't.
Okay, I can get that, but she at least tries. I mean, she at least tries. I mean, to put her in the category and not saying that she's not trying to be sexual or doesn't have a good sexual vibe. What do you bring to the table, Johnny?
Exactly. Absolutely nothing. Because I have never once seen him pursue her or try to initiate anything. When they went skydiving, when they landed, like he landed first, then she landed, and he's just standing there, and she just runs over to him. Now he was okay with that she was all like, "Oh my God, we did it!" And which was kind of giddy. And I mean, I would have done that. I skydived, and when I landed, I did the
big hug and jumped up on him. I thought that was great. That was a perfect
and he loved that
day.
shit. And he loved that shit. And so why all of a sudden are you like, he lifted her up out of the air and like grabbed her ass, and she was all like, "Yay!" And then all of a sudden now you're okay with that. I think it's all on his terms. I think Johnny wants everything on his terms. And when for her to go like this,
why is she lying? Why is she lying?
I don't know why she lied.
Well, I don't know
why was she doing that in the. So what that says to me is that she's doing for the cameras. More for the cameras than anything else. So what we don't see behind the scenes is how she's acting with him. That's what I'm saying, because it seems like for the cameras, she's saying, "Well, I gourmet meal, I'm doing all these things."
But
and he's
we
like,
know
"You're
that.
not doing any of that shit."
Well, we saw
but that's what I'm saying. Even behind the
scenes, the receipts.
But even behind the scenes with him, the scenes that we don't see with her, you say trying to be sex with her. Obviously, that's not happening if they've been having sex and it's still bad.
Yeah.
There must be more to that. If she's saying, "Oh, it's really great," and something, I'm so happy. Maybe it's not going down that way.
Well, so I agree with you on that one. And unless they show it to us, I don't know, but they sure as hell pulled out those receipts where she was like, "I meal prep, I bake, I do this," and his face was like, "Really, bitch?" And then they showed the past clips where she's basically they're eating all that unhealthy processed friggin' meals, frozen meatballs and pesto in a jar, and she's eating his dinner. Like he comes home and she's already eaten his salad, and he's basically trying to fend for himself. I get that. I think she's just wants to put out that perception that they're happy, and people do that. Everybody, I mean, look, I know a lot of people that do that shit. You just don't know what goes on behind closed doors, what they put out in public, as opposed to what goes on in their private life when the door's shut and nobody's listening to them, and it's just the two of them.
But that was
it's weird,
stupid on her part. Really,
that was so dumb on her part to say that. And that's why she didn't give him no balk when he left, when he got up and he went outside, and then Jose came out and was talking to him. And remember how remember how she came out with the to-go box or whatever and said that Uber's coming? She knew, because if it were anybody, if she didn't think she did anything wrong, or if she was doing that meal prep and he got up and talking about she's lying, she would have walked her ass out there and been like, "What is your problem? Why are you out here?"
Right.
She didn't say shit. She came outside. The dinner wasn't even done yet because everybody else was still inside. She just assumed, "Let me go. It's time to go." And she had her little food, and she was like, "The Uber's here." And she got in the car quiet as a mouse, didn't say a word. If she knew she was telling the truth, she would have went in on his ass.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why she did that.
That was stupid.
That was stupid. It was a very
she didn't even acknowledge him.
She didn't acknowledge
him. Oh, because she knew.
She knew she was wrong, and she knew that she lied. And if she needs to
Did
address
you see his eyes? Did you see his eyes when she was talking? He was like this.
Oh my God, did you see the look on his face? How disdained he was or disgusted he was when he put her in the Uber? I thought he was going to walk away. I couldn't believe that he got in the Uber with her. When he opened the door and she got in, he slammed the door and did all this. He did this, like, he just did the, oh my God.
But at the dinner when they're all talking, he's like this. Because she said something, he's like.
And he was tearing up the roses.
Tearing up the roses. He had a whole plate full of rose petals. And they were like, "Johnny, you really sure did a number on those roses." Oh, yeah.
So
I
last
don't
week,
know.
you all gave them
What did we say last
95.
week?
95. I gave them a
I'm
90.
gonna stay at a 95 because and the only reason why I say that is because, again, hiccup. You know, she's talking out of the side of her neck, making herself look good and important and whatever. And I think that I'm going to keep them at 95 only because, again, because of their history. They've known each other in the past. And I think that once, again, this is going to be another situation where I think that one of the experts is going to have to come in and sit in front of them or sit with one of them individually, whether it be Johnny or Bao. But Bao's going to have to address that. Bao's going to have to apologize. I think she lied, basically. She's been proven a liar. Everybody saw it. She needs to have a conversation with him and just say, you know, I'm sorry. Period. End of
But there
story.
was definitely more going on before they sat down. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there was that conversation at the picnic table. And then when she started to tell those stories, there was something more because their whole body language, even before she started talking, was completely off. She was kind of like this to him at a dinner table. So
agreed.
Something else has happened. And I'm going to go with a 70 for them because I don't think Johnny is ever going to be satisfied. I think no matter what, no matter how great it gets at one point, he's gonna fucking ruin it or find a way to ruin it right after. And he's done that consistently.
I'm just gonna think because of their culture and because of their history together, that I think they're just going to need a nudge. They're going to need intervention.
Counseling.
I think if the experts come in and sit them down and they really go at it and unpeel all of those layers and get to the core of why Johnny is the way that he is, and she's willing to work with it, I think they're going to work. I'm still going to give them a 95. It's going to be tough. And I might be wrong, but I think just because of their culture, they're going to be in this for the long haul.
I'll say 82 for that same reason.
80,
but I also think
82. 82. Okay.
Yeah.
82, not 80, not 85. 82.
It's over an 80, but under an 85.
Okay.
82.
But because I think, like Tanya said about the cultural things, all that kind of thing, I think still Johnny is in the position right now. He's going through this whole month of going, fuck, I'm married. Fuck, I'm married. Fuck, I got to deal with her. Fuck, I'm married. Fuck, I'm married. Fuck, I got to deal with her. Her, I got to deal with her. I want to leave. I want to go out. Fuck, I got to deal with her. And what it's coming down to, he has to understand that in the parameters of their marriage, there's going to be shortcomings. He's not going to get everything he wants. Mm-hmm. He's not going to get everything he wants. But he's going to get enough with her. Who else are you going to marry, Johnny? You're not going to marry anybody else because this woman is made for you. And he's struggling against that. God, is this going to be like this for the rest of my life? God, it's only been a month.
Yep.
It's only been a month. But I do think they have the foundation, whether it's culturally, whether it's they've known each other, all that kind of stuff. They have enough foundation to work on the rest of it. And they just need to. And once they don't even fucking know each other after a month. You don't fucking know each other. You don't fucking know each other.
I mean, it's
the initial thing of she's got to be more comfortable. Maybe when after she gets more comfortable sexually, and then she can let her freak flag fly. But remember, she's still kind of like it's still early.
But he don't have a freak flag. He doesn't have one.
Oh, he does.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah,
he comes off as weak sauce to me.
No, he has a freak flag, but he's not initiating the freak flag. He wants you to come on, baby. Let's go get freak a leak. And he'll be down with that. Trust me. That for me is not attractive on a man. I am not.
But
going
it's not.
to
It's not.
initiate
It's not
everything.
even.
Be the man.
It's not even the pursuing. I think what he really wants is her to be alluring, sexy, teasing, tension-wise. He wants that kind of stuff. She's like, we can have sex. Okay, let's go. Let's have sex. Oh, okay. She's very Excel spreadsheet. Oh, we're having sex right now. We're going to do that. Oh, your line is wrong. She's very so particular. Sex is this. Sex is, oh, we're going to have an orgasm now. She's not like, oh, she's not loose enough in terms of being alluring or sexy to him at all. Does that make sense? She doesn't know.
I got what he was saying, and I literally said something similar to someone like, years ago. For me and for Johnny, it's an all day thing. If you're at work, I'm at work. There's calls. There's that building the tension, and then So I got that what he was saying, and I think she did too. I think she understood it, but it's for her, that's going to take a lot of practice because that's not naturally who she is, but she can definitely get there. I mean, because basically what he's saying is seduce me throughout the day with phone calls, with pictures, or just with suggestions. And then, come in the house. It doesn't even have to be, I walk in the door and automatically no, because it's been a suggestive moment all throughout the day. And he wants
but I don't want to feel the need to have to do that. I'm sorry. If I want to do that, great, but I don't want to feel that I am obligated to do that on a daily basis to my husband.
Obligated?
Sorry, not sorry.
Obligated?
I mean, yeah, but what Shahidah said, send him seductive, whether it be text or whatever throughout the day. That's fine every once in a blue moon, but I don't want to ever be in a position to have to do that every day or all the time just to get my husband loving me or horny.
She's an Excel spreadsheet type of woman. We're going to have sex now. At 8:00, we should have sex. They can have sex at 8:00, but he's like, damn, why don't we have it at 7:45? Like, we have whatever month. No, you know what we're gonna have? We're gonna have sex at 8:00, then we're gonna eat, and that's how she is. Oh, even like the line on the art thing, she's like, oh, you put it too high. He's like, bitch, I'm just fucking painting something. Can we just? She's taking it away because she's so rigid. She needs to loosen up, and that's what he wants. He wants her to be like, hey, can I suck your dick right now? If she said that to him, can I suck your dick right? He'd be like, oh shit, oh motherfucking hell, come on.
You guys.
Yeah, but she's not that way. She's like, you know what I'd like to do at 6:30? I have time for 15 minutes to suck your dick.
Hey, I'm with that. But on a side note, do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
I don't know if you can hear it. My neighbor's over the fence over there blasting his music. He's playing some Shaka Khan. Let me rock a Shaka Khan. Let me rock it. That's all I want to do. Anyway,
go ahead.
I agree with you. Chris. I think that she needs to loosen up a little bit, but you're also right in that, or Shahidah or whoever said it was right in that we don't know what's going on. Like, obviously, Bao has shown her ass as, she's perpetrating a fraud, making everybody think that everything's all, rainbows and unicorns, and it ain't like that. So hopefully
gourmet meals.
Gourmet meals.
The one thing if she said, well, I cook a lot.
And
if I cook a lot, even if I said
huh?
Even if she said I cook a lot and this, that, and the other, he'd be like, no, you don't cook a lot. But she's like, I do gourmet meals. He's like, bitch, you don't fucking do gourmet shit.
He should have called her out. He should have called her out at the table, because that's what my black ass would have done. I would have sat there and been like, when
he didn't want to embarrass her.
When the hell you make
meal prep? He
didn't
want to embarrass her.
But he just embarrassed her by getting up and walking out.
Well, he said he was going to the bathroom.
That's the elephant in the room. We're all sitting here. We are all couples. We are all in this experiment together. It ain't like she's out with her family or his family, and you're just, you want to put up airs. You're amongst these people that are all married to strangers. So he should have called her happy ass out and said, really, Bao? Like, you ain't meal prepping and baking cakes.
No, you don't do that though. You don't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that.
You don't do that
in front of whole table.
Oh hell yes, I would have. I would have done it. I would have done it, but in obviously a respectful, professional type of way. I wouldn't have been
How are you gonna do it that way? How you gonna call someone out in a Come on.
Well,
you can't
because
do that.
first of all, you
That's
set yourself
disrespectful.
up. You set your ass up for that. You want to be grown enough to sit at the table and lie. Then I'm gonna be grown enough and call your lies out and say that's not true. Come on, honey, that's not true.
I don't.
No, I would have called it out. I'm sorry. I ain't got time for that shit no more. I'm calling your ass out. I don't care who you are. You got to get called the fuck
Well,
out.
she definitely disappointed on that. It was just stupid. I just don't understand. But I really want to know what happened in that middle, because like I said, they were already in some type of strife relationship at that point. I mean, she had her back turned to him basically the entire time. And so
hopefully it'll come out next week. We got to see, because that shit's got to be addressed next week. It's got to be addressed. We can't sugarcoat it and go into some whole nother story where they're fucking happily in love. No, I need them to address that shit right off the rip.
No, there's a whole lot that they're going to have to deal with next week, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, I mean, they've had 2 heavy conversations. It started off like perfect and it ended badly. His whole body language when he was getting into that Uber, I hope it picks up in the Uber, because what was said.
Ooh, that would be even better. I didn't even think about that.
I'm going to see next week.
I didn't even think about that.
You got,
if they got cameras in the
Uber. We got to see that.
So, all right, we gave our little predictions.
An hour and a half. Shit. More.
I know.
we about as long as the damn show. Shit. Well, listen, we're gonna pick it back up next week. It's getting better and better, so I can't wait. What next week brings. And again, I have to plug in my pop solo so that I can sing "What a Difference a Week Makes," because we can only know what's gonna happen next week. Shit.
Yep.
So thank you
right,
guys
girls.
for listening. Until next week.
Have a good weekend.
Listen to Still Dope. Go to our YouTube channel, Still Dope Podcast. Subscribe. Click on the little button so when we post it, you get the little ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
We'll see y'all next time. Holla back. Ding, 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 ding.